Tim Burchett sits on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and he joins me now. Congressman, good morning to you. So you say that this is the most comprehensive investigation regarding the failed withdrawal from Afghanistan. So what new can you tell us about what happened?
Well, the Biden and Harris administration lied to us completely through that. I think that it's one of those situations, don't believe my lying eyes. We had a situation where those 13 brave Americans died that shouldn't have. We know that the actual sniper had the suicide bomber in their sights more than once. Staff Sergeant Ryan Canals, Knoxville, right here in Corrington. I drive out every day on the Ryan Canals Memorial Highway, and that greatly disturbs me. All 13 of those brave Americans should be home with their loved ones now, and then of course the plan to get the civilians out. They waited till the bad guys were basically in control to start activating that, and then they never did actually do that, and there's still Americans there. That's the dirty little secret that nobody seems to want to talk about. So it's just a complete capitulation. Nothing since the fall of Saigon have we seen this big of a failure of American foreign policy.
How did the withdrawal from Afghanistan and the way it was executed in 2021 impact national security today?
Well, we basically left billions of dollars in arms on the ground. The Biden administration kind of flippantly said, well, they won't be able to fly the helicopters, but those Chinese advisors that were in there just pretty much right after we pulled out, or while we were there, probably, I sure as hell believe they could fly those helicopters. And of course, all they're doing is arming our enemies against us. Under Trump, these folks were basically just bankrupt. And now we've armed them with the best, the number one arms in the world right now. And so we're going to be fighting those for generations, I fear.
A State Department responded to this report saying the president acted in the best interest of the American people when he ended America's longest war. The State Department remains immensely proud of its workforce who put themselves forward in the waning days of our presence in Afghanistan. On top of that, and I'm sure you've heard it before, you'll hear it again, Democrats on the Foreign Affairs Committee, many of them are saying that the release of this report right now is politically motivated, releasing it a day before the presidential debate. What is your reaction to both of those things?
Well, I think that's bogus. The legacy media has covered for this administration since before he took oath the first time. So I think that falls on deaf ears, ma'am. That is just completely bogus, and everyone knows that. We're going to release it anyway. At any point, it would have been declared political because it shows the Biden-Harris administration in a very negative light. And you got to remember, she bragged about being the last person in the room with Joe before he made the big decision. So, I mean, she's going to have to shoulder some of the blame. She can laugh her way through it, and the media can bail her out. The CNNs of the world will bail her out, I'm sure. But the reality is she shares blame in this, and there's blood on their hands.
Yeah, we will see if this Afghanistan withdrawal comes up during the debate, especially taking place a day before September 11th. It will be important to have national security and foreign policy in mind. Congressman Burchett, thank you so much for joining us on this very important topic.